right, welcome everybody to episode 4 of Highly Contested. How's everybody doing? I'm here once again with my sidekick partner Bruno. How you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Excited for today's show. Of course. Why wouldn't anyone would be
Right.
excited for our show?
We all are. We all are.
Ready to dive into it, man. Let's get started. I want to talk about some of the results that we saw in the EPL over the weekend. So let's dive right into it. To me, I guess the question I want to ask you it's what's your biggest takeaway from the matches from this weekend in the Premier League?
Well, I certainly saw some unexpected wins, unexpected defeats, mainly coming from a few games that I got to watch. Was the Liverpool against Tottenham game. Unexpected. Was it like 4-1?
4-1, yep.
Good God, that was again unexpected. Over the last few years, Liverpool had been winning nonstop. They were like an 8-0 or 9-0 streak where Tottenham could not beat them. Came out of nowhere this weekend. That was to me the biggest one. That was the one I was rooting for Pochettino. Although today Tottenham did not do that well. They gave up a horrible
They gave up the
2-0
2-0
lead.
lead.
Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, that was to begin for me. That was the main one. We also saw.
I think the biggest shock had to be Manchester United.
They lost
dropping
2-1.
points.
Yep, they
They
lost
dropped
2-1
points, and
against
now
the nobody.
City, and now City have a lead on them now. So City control their own fate now from here on forward.
Yeah, no, they got a little lead. It's kind of like the La Liga. You know, there's a few points ahead between the first and second. So now it's all on them.
Yeah, but still still plenty of points to be dropped from here on in. I just honestly didn't see United dropping points.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually really shocked with that result. So we'll see what happens going forward. I still pick Man U to win the league. I honestly do, just because of Jose Mourinho. But we'll see how it goes. But City, man, City keep tearing it up. Again, another good performance on their end, with a 3-0 win against Burnley. A little controversial because Bernat Silva fell in the box. I mean, was he touched? Yeah, he was, but just the way that he dove,
Yeah,
you know,
he fell,
exactly.
Yeah,
It just made it look a lot worse than what it actually was. But that being said, man, I mean, City have a hell of a squad. De Bruyne's still performing. Aguero's Aguero. I mean, what can you say? I mean, Pep. I've been the biggest critic of Pep Guardiola just because I always said he can't win anything without his Messi, and so far he's shutting me up. But it's still early in the season. We're not even at the halfway point yet. But I mean, City are looking very, very good right now.
Let's keep in mind that we are talking about just the Premier League here. At the international level, he still hasn't been able to do anything. And again, if you look at last season where Man U was, they weren't anywhere near. So I mean, let's see how they come up now. If they actually have a challenger for them to, City. If City has a challenger, because Man U is now or supposed to be right up there. Let's see how they end up now, and if they can remain in second, or if Chelsea or Tottenham can actually pull it through and get ahead.
See, I don't trust Tottenham. I really don't. I feel like they're just too inconsistent. They're too dependable on Harry Kane, I would say. Especially if you saw, I mean, I know today's match, it was the League Cup, but it was against West Ham. I mean, West Ham have been poor all season, and I get it. They did play backups. Tottenham did play their backups, but even still, Dele Alli was there. He played today. So, and they lost at home. And it's another thing. They can't win at Wembley. They lose more than they win at Wembley. So moving forward, do I think Tottenham will be a legit contender? No, because like I said, I just don't think they're consistent enough. I definitely think they could finish top 4, but I don't see them finishing in first. And I'm still picking Man U. Um,
And I actually had a question for you. Do you know why Tottenham is playing at Wembley and they're not playing at home? Is their stadium
yeah,
getting
exactly.
renovated? And
No. So they're opening up their new stadium that they're building right now next
okay,
year. So they had to play at Wembley for this season. Yep. So
okay.
that's the reason for that. Which is supposed to be home field advantage, but it's really not.
Hmm.
It's really not panning out for them that way.
No, yeah, I actually wanted to know that because I was actually wondering wondering that question. I actually had a few people ask me the same thing why they weren't playing at home, but thanks for the clarification there. Um, but yeah, so the Premier League again, it's we saw them. We just saw Man City get a
Oh
little further away, and we saw Man U kind of lost a few points. Tottenham trying to remain in there. Chelsea coming up ahead. Arsenal is below them. So yeah,
yeah, Arsenal's Arsenal. I
yeah,
don't trust Wenger. They're another inconsistent. They're up and down. Honestly, Arsenal are like a meme. Like seriously though, I think Arsenal need to change the head coach. I mean, yeah, Wenger was great for them early on, but he's been there for too long, man. You need to. I honestly think Arsenal need to change. They're about to lose. They're about to lose Ozil. Ozil, I believe, is leaving or going to sign in January rather with Man U because his contract is up, and that it's free. They're not even getting any money off of that. And same with Alexis Sanchez. So those are like their two key players that they're going to lose, which is insane. I mean, they should have at least sold them maybe over the summer for some profit because now you're getting rid of your two players for free.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure, I did see that. Um, but I mean, where do you see them? I mean,
Arsenal,
yeah. I mean,
a top
you just
five,
top
maybe
five.
number
Okay,
five,
okay.
4 or 5. I mean, you can't say they're a terrible team because they're not. I mean, Arsenal are one of the biggest clubs in the EPL, but I feel like in these recent years they've also kind of been a joke
Hmm.
because year in and year out it's like, all right, this is our year, and then they tank and like
Yeah,
they just find ways to
yeah.
lose. So
No, I agree with you on that. I mean, that we haven't put them in contention in quite a while for them to be winning anything except for the big hype that they create every season. But besides that, they're always in the same spot. Um, Now moving on here real quick, we'll go ahead and touch little basis on the Portuguese league if you want to touch on that.
yeah, so real quick, Porto got a big victory. I believe it was 6-1. The result, they looked really good. I still think they're the best team in Portugal right now, especially with their performance against Sporting. They came in and honestly, I thought they outplayed us. I think we were really lucky to get a tie. I mean, hats off to them. They look good. Sporting finally got it back on track. This game they won 5-1. I believe it was, yeah, 5-1. They unfortunately let the opposition score. I think it was like in the 88th minute or something like that when Cointreau came off, and that's been a liability. As soon as Cointreau comes off, we always give up a goal. Bas Dost finally was Bas Dost, hat trick. Acuna scored a brace, 2 goals. I mean, what can you? I still think he's my favorite acquisition that we have, just because now we have two wingers that can deliver crosses. Gelson Martins, I still need to see him step up, man. He just playing like he doesn't care. I don't know what's going on with him, man, but he's been a shadow of himself. Pudence was in the starting lineup for the first time, and you could tell that our attack was completely different. So that's really all I have to say. As far as the Sporting, hopefully they continue to play that well. And then Benfica also won, so nothing changes at the top of the league. We still have Porto, Sporting, and then Benfica. Um, there's still going to be points to be dropped. When will they come? We'll find out, especially with that Porto and Benfica game coming. I believe it's December 1st.
Yeah.
I want to say it's December 1st. And that's going to be a huge game. So hopefully Sporting can just keep winning, man. Keep winning. And hopefully at the end of the year, we finally lift that league title after
Once and for all.
15,
Good God.
16 years, however long it's been.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing on my front. Hopping over now across the pond to South America and Argentina. Um, the league is it's kind of already separating itself. You have Boca with 18 points, River in second. Now, given the top four teams are all still undefeated, Boca has 18, won all 6 games. River is 3-3, won 3, tied 3.
San Lorenzo.
Same with San Lorenzo, also with 12 points, and then under them, Cologne has also 12 points.
Let me ask you, because I honestly don't know much about the Argentinian league. Obviously, like you do.
Yeah.
Do you see anyone honestly putting up a threat against Boca this year?
See, the thing is, the way I compare it is if you put kind of like I'll compare it to you to make it easier for you. Boca is the Benfica of Argentina. Okay, they'll find a way.
Corrupt.
Exactly. Exactly. I'll tell you something. That's why their former president is now the president of Argentina. Go figure that shit out.
Yeah.
But that's the way I see it. If they don't have the way, they'll find a way. Somehow, some way, just magically they make it. They're at the top of the list. I don't see them not winning it. But then again, I don't think that's what's important right now. I think.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
that big match Independiente they had today.
Yeah,
that big result.
Exactly, which Independiente is not doing good in the National League. They're actually in 11th place, and they keep on dropping points against nobody. Nobody. I mean, they have 10 points right now.
Independiente honestly remind me of Spartan. Seriously, like
it is. I mean, look, we have a few things in common.
We tie. So like the results where you think we're gonna win, we find ways to tie for whatever reason.
Yes, and we are known as the tying team. Okay, we are known every season. It's kind of like Argentina, you know. At the end of the season, who has the most tied games is going to be us somehow. Also, I think they're not giving much importance to the season right now. Our last, by the way, same as Sporting Independiente, last national title they won was in 2002. And then in 2010 we won the Copa Sudamericana. And right now, we just won the first leg today, 4-1 against Nacional of Paraguay, and a couple of players here that are shining in the matches. By the way, Leandro Fernandez had 2 goals today. That kid is on the come up. Also, Albert Tango, which is he's an older guy.
Yeah.
But he's still doing his thing. He also managed to get a goal. We won 4-1, and we were playing in Paraguay, which almost, if it wasn't for that one goal, kind of secures us, a step onto the semifinals in the Copa Sudamericana.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll score 4 goals on you guys.
No,
I mean, especially with you, like I don't think you guys will go scoreless at home.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they score 4, they would win, right? If it's 4-1, which I don't see it happening after seeing the performance today, I think Independiente have a step onto the next round, and which they're still Racing, which is the other Argentinian team that's in there. We're hoping that we get to face them next because it'd be nice to beat them at an international title and then go on to win.
Yeah, that's your biggest rival right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck them. But yeah, so it's nice to see. It's nice to see that we are making the rounds in the international tournaments. It's not the Libertadores, but it is an international title nonetheless. It's like the UEFA, it's still worth something. It's still an international title.
Especially like the Europa League. I mean, there's still good quality teams, towards the end of the competition.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you're still seeing big matches. Exactly. You're still seeing good games.
It's not like you're seeing nobody.
Exactly.
I mean, Independiente is the king of cups, right? We're still the team with the most Libertadores in South America. We're still the team that everybody knows for being an international team. We don't really care about the national titles. We want to compare ourselves to everyone else, not whoever's at home.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's a little take on the situation down under. And then I'll let you take on to this topic.
So let's shift gears here. I wanna get your take because I'm sure you have a lot to say about this. But Cristiano Ronaldo won best player of the year. So I'm not going to interrupt you like last episode. I'm going to try to be as friendly as I can.
All right.
So give me your thoughts.
I actually had a question. How come they did it so early this year? I mean, last year it was done in January.
Because remember, I believe they had changed the name of the award or whatever FIFA did.
Oh, they did. It was like a new thing. So that's why the trophy was different. Yeah, that's why it's not the golden trophy anymore.
Whatever it is. And
so technically he'll never make it there.
Just stop it.
Okay.
And
does it count if it's not called the Super Bowl?
Huh?
Does it count if it's not
Oh,
close
it's
to me?
championships are championships.
Okay, good.
Champions are championships,
All
my
right, so
friend.
we got 3 then.
Yes, you guys haven't
All
won
right, but
since it's been changed to the Super Bowl, but nevertheless, you guys
let
do.
yeah, let me touch a little bit on. Okay. Um did he win the titles last year to deserve it? Or I mean, technically this year, yes, he did. He won both of them. He won the back-to-back um uh what's it called? Champions. So, fair enough. I'll give it to him. Has Messi been outperforming him in the past few months? Yes, I'd say that too. But again, it's counted the whole year. Messi kind of slacked off a little bit last year, or I guess in the second leg of the season and the champions when they got eliminated. Um, and I think this year again he picked it up again right where he left off in the first half of the season last year, which is good. I hope it stays this way. The only problem is that we have a team who no longer has players. Um, what I mean by that is what I've been complaining about Barcelona for a long time. The fact that the players that they're bringing in to replace the old guys who were superstars are an embarrassment. Barcelona actually plays better. The other day when they were playing, when PK got a red card, they actually managed to play better after he left the game.
Yeah.
It was just insane. That's my problem that I have with Barcelona. It's that they're like, oh, we'll be fine because we still got Messi, and you keep on throwing more load on top of him, more load on top of him, more load, and then not only international but nationally, and then he has to go play for Argentina, and he has that same pressure. So now the pressure that he's had the whole time with Argentina, he's starting to have in Barcelona because they got rid of Neymar.
I have a question for
Yeah.
you, though. Aren't the best players in the world supposed to handle that pressure?
Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely
you
not.
don't think so?
No, not at all. See, if it were any other sport, I'd say yeah. In soccer, can they make the biggest difference? Do you need a player like that, like Argentina had in the last game of the qualifiers? Absolutely. That is when you need a player like that to come through and win you the game. Has it happened with Messi in Barcelona where he's won champions by himself? Absolutely. But does that mean that he has to take on the pressure every single game because it's like, oh, you're the best in the world, I'm just going to leave it up to you and then you do the rest? Absolutely not, because I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo has done the same thing. I think that he's had players to carry him to pick up his slack. That's what I think the difference is. Any player can have a bad game. Any player can have a bad game. So just like I said in the finals of the UEFA, okay, of the European, when Portugal won it, someone picked up the slack. The man wasn't there. He played 20 minutes. He was out. Did someone pick up the slack? Absolutely. Some random guy. You get him. Either comes off the fucking bench. I don't know where. The man's never scored a goal in his life. But magically, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it today. So that's what I'm saying. Are they supposed to handle the pressure? Yeah. Are they supposed to have all the pressure and do it all by themselves? No, that's dumb.
So, a couple of things. I think Ronaldo definitely deserved it. I think he had a sensational year, especially more so in the Champions League. Um, uh, just his performances against Bayern, against Atletico, and then against Juve, and the later stages of the Champions League. I mean, I thought he played absolutely sensational. With that being said, I completely agree with you. I think Messi right now is having the better year, for sure. No disagreements there. I mean, you can pull up the stats, and compare. I mean, he's got more goals.
Yeah.
So no disagreement there. That being said, I think the best players in the world are supposed to handle the pressure. What I mean by that, I'm not saying carry the whole squad, because in soccer it's 11 players.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, I agree with you when you put it that way.
It's not like the NBA where it's 5 players, in the starting lineup. So it's easier to make an impact. It's easier to take over a game. With that being said, I mean, there have been times when Messi and Ronaldo have taken over the game, but when they're not performing, the rest of the team usually doesn't perform either. You know what I'm saying? So they, I'm trying to say here.
They get through.
They get through. And I feel like at this stage, like the stages in their career, they've already been so used to just handling the pressure. I mean, Messi, he literally carries Argentina on his shoulders. Like, he literally, I mean, just look at the last the last World Cup qualifier for you guys to get into the World Cup, and this man scored a hat trick on the biggest stage. Um, that being said, I also want to talk about what you said about Barcelona kind of not having the players that they used to have. I can say the same thing about Real Madrid because beforehand, in the past, I'm talking about in the past, not now, because I think Real Madrid has definitely gotten a lot better than Barcelona. I think they've definitely brought in the better players, I would say. They've definitely brought in the better players. But in the past, Messi was playing with Xavi. He had Puyol. He had Iniesta at their primes. I mean, that was the best midfield. So now we're kind of starting to see a shift, I would say, in the team, and you can clearly see that it has taken a toll in a way. So I think we're finally starting to see Barcelona not. I mean, they're still a world class team, but we've seen a better version of Barcelona. Okay, and I think Real Madrid these past 2 seasons, I mean, they just build up a better squad. Marcus Asensio, he came out of nowhere. They bought him for 5 million. Oh my God, the other guy's name played Isco. Isco has been balling. I mean, they just brought in, I feel, better players. They've scouted better than Barcelona have. So, I mean, I've also seen Ronaldo play on a pretty crappy Real Madrid team when he had Khedira, for God's sakes. Okay, and Messi had it.
But see, that's the thing. Here's another point. When these players were brought into Real Madrid, they were brought as the shit. It was they brought when you guys, what's his name? When you guys had that shitty left defender, the Portuguese guy, I always forget his name.
Cointreau isn't shit.
He was shit when he played for Real Madrid.
I don't think so.
Well, that was my view on it. I think that he was a little butt licker. He was always on the ground, and the goals always came from his side. That's what I saw. Khedira was brought on there as the German tank. He was on his prime when he was in Real Madrid. He was, how many years was he there? 3-4 years?
But let's be honest. Do we really? I don't rate Khedira high.
No, and that's the thing. Like, it's not about. I'm going on the general rating here, because if I go on my own, then I'll just say that they're all the best in Real Madrid and say that he was easy. So I'm not going on my own. I'm going by everybody's critics on these players. Let me name you a couple just to make my point of what what Barcelona is right now. Deulofeu, that man is shit. I hate him.
I don't think he's shit. I think he's massively overrated.
Okay, fine. So
he's massively overrated.
If he's massively overrated, then he's extremely disappointing because he's overrated.
I wouldn't say he's disappointing. I just, like I said, people overrate him, so you expect him to put in these sensational matches, I would say, but he's not a bad player. He's not a great player. He's a decent player. Like, I don't think he's a starting caliber player on Barcelona. I definitely don't.
I don't think so either. And again, he's one. Alcacer sucks.
Yeah, I think he's trash. Don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And he, even at Valencia, you could see that I don't know what he's doing. Never saw what
Dembele. He's injured. Okay, so
what do you have? I think he's going to be a world class. Dembele's going to be nice, but it sucks that he's injured. It sucks that he's injured, but he's going to be great.
Yeah. Once I see something, I can say something. Right. I can't judge him based on he's going to be. Because I've seen many he's going to be's and they end up sucking. So
but in fairness, when he did play, he played well for Barcelona until he got I think it was the third or fourth match. Yeah, I know, but he assisted.
Okay, fair enough. He didn't score a goal. He's a forward, by the way. So we have back again only Messi and Suarez. That's it. Those are forwards for Barcelona. They have nothing else. They had a whole off season. We're coming into the new season with those being the only two forwards for Barcelona. And find me any other one there. Andre Gomez, he's shit, man. Trash. Next,
he's complete rubbish.
Denis Suarez, I haven't seen shit from him. Rafinha, he's injured. Sergi Roberto, an embarrassment. Busquets should have left years ago. Paulinho doesn't do shit, and I hate him, and I think he's overrated, and I think he's trash.
Yeah, I think
Arda
he's
Turan is injured. Andres Iniesta is on his last leg. The man is, I don't know how old he is, but he's already past his prime. Rakitic, I think he's decent. 3 players. I think
he's a good. I think he's a great midfielder.
Yeah. I agree with you. And he comes on the bench sometimes,
which doesn't make sense to me.
Which I don't understand. Honestly, yeah. Let's see. Let's go with the defenders. PK. I think either he should have gotten shot or someone should have ran over him a long time ago. I think he's trash. I'm glad Shakira is leaving him. I think he's horrible. I think he doesn't deserve
he's
to
another
play.
overrated defender, to be honest with you.
who else do we have here? Let me see. We also have Macherano, also old as hell. He's already
He's
done.
solid. He's solid.
That's fine, but I don't think he's in his prime. That's the thing. You got to consider, is Barcelona, you're on the top level of the world. There is no all right with these players. That's what you got to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Jordi Alba, I actually like him. I actually like Jordi Alba. I know you're not a big fan of him,
I'm
but
not
I think
a fan
he's.
of Jordi Alba.
I think
I don't think he's a bad player. I just
Yeah.
personally don't like him. But I don't think he's a bad player.
I like his runs. He does for
No, he's
Barcelona
fast.
what
He's fast.
Rojo does for Argentina. I think
fast.
it's solid.
He's fast.
Alex Vidal also injured. Another one down. Let's keep in mind Barcelona does have a lot of players injured. Right now they have 5.
Yeah, and
which
still,
were all
they're
starters.
still getting results.
I haven't seen much Umtiti.
Umtiti's a good defender. I think Umtiti's actually better than PK. He just doesn't get.
Yeah, anybody's better than PK.
Okay, but I'm saying he's one of their top defenders, but he doesn't get a lot of talk because it's Umtiti, and no one likes to talk about him. I don't know why. I think he's honestly a solid defender for Barcelona.
Yeah, but he's never been a starter. He starts.
He has started.
He starts here and there, but
he has started.
No.
See, that's the problem.
He's starting because there's injured players, or else he serves no purpose. He sits in the bench and then comes in the second half.
I like Umtiti.
No, that's what I'm saying. But he's average. It's not a player that you say.
I think he's above average. I think he's above average. I'm not saying he's a world class defender, but I'm saying he's a good defender to start at Barcelona. Definitely.
Okay. Nelson Semedo. I know
he needs to start. I'm telling you this.
They need to play him.
This dude is a baller. He literally
needs a shot. He needs a shot. But the same thing.
He carried Benfica's offense. He was the most important player.
Andre Gomez kind of killed it for him.
Andre Gomez
brought
needs
this
to
kid.
leave.
I know they brought this kid with all this promise. He got in the field and it's like, what the fuck? Where did he come?
Yeah, and Andre Gomez was what, like 60 million, I believe they paid for that man. So
yeah. I know. Again,
yeah, they could have invested.
These are the trades that I'm talking about. These are players who I would never put in an international team. So that's why I'm saying. And then again, when you look at Real Madrid's defense, you have a different world. It's a solid defense. So that's why I make that comparison. By the way, but so yeah, so that's that. That's why it gets down to the nitty gritty when I talk about the best player in the world.
Yeah. Besides all that, though, I still think. Ronaldo is the best. Well, not the best. I still, like I said, I don't put Messi or Ronaldo above
He deserved
each
the
He
best.
deserved it this year. He definitely deserved it this year. But as far as who's better, I don't put one above the other. In fact, I think they need each other, seriously. I don't think without Messi you'd have Ronaldo, and without Ronaldo you would have Messi. And they've come out and they've publicly said that as well.
Yeah,
so,
I actually, one little thing I wanted to add on here. Did you see the interview that they did to Ronaldo after he won it, where the reporter asked them, hey, now that you guys technically have 5 Ballon d'Ors, well, it's not called that anymore, but do you think the feud is over? And he giggles it off. And
he said it's just getting started?
Yes.
Is that what he was saying? So what's wrong with that? It's just getting started. What's wrong with that?
It's not the just getting started. It is the giggling it off.
But who cares?
This is just getting started.
I love it.
Cocky,
I love it. But that's Ronaldo. Hate it or love it, it's Ronaldo. Hate it or love it,
could have been,
it's Ronaldo.
The feud will never be over. It could have been, this is what
I think it's just getting started is great. It was a great, yes, it's just getting started.
No, it's not just getting started. It's been started for a long, it started 10 years ago, buddy. No, it's not just getting started just because you got
They're going to play for another 10 years.
The next one. No, I don't think so.
No, I wish, dude. It's going to be like the saddest day when they retire. But
I mean, look, do you actually see him playing in 5 years? He's 32. You see him playing at 37 as a starting position in any team? Or he's going to be already...
If he comes to Portugal, maybe. If he comes back to Portugal, possibly. Because
what do you think is the only way he's going to go back to Portugal?
I mean, yeah, he might jump into the MLS. Maybe he'll come to Major League Soccer.
For what?
Pay the big...
For the love of the game or for
the money? We all know this.
Money.
Okay,
the richest player in the world. No. Am I the richest player in the world? You know where Messi's going after he
I want to get richer.
You know... When you got $1 billion and you love the game, that's what you
want
to do.
$2 billion
now,
and
off.
still play the game I love.
Fuck off, Trump. I don't need
She'll
money. That's
be.
greediness. That's greedy. I don't need that. I want the love for the game. I want to go play
But
when
he
I'm
said that
needed.
he does want to come back to Sporting. At which point does he come
I
back?
would love for him to
I
go
don't know.
play back to
I think
Sporting.
it'd be amazing. I
I
think it'd
think
be
he
sensational.
may be able to
Like,
break it because the
not
level is
only
different.
that, but just imagine the publicity that the Portuguese league would get with Ronaldo in it.
Oh,
Like,
also, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it
It
would
might
be
actually bring
huge.
some new
It would
revenue.
absolutely, it would be huge. And to go back to your question, do I see him playing in the next 5 years as a starter? Yeah, because of the way he keeps in shape, man. His work ethic is insane. The man is honestly usually never injured. I mean, yeah, he'll get a little dinks and on his ankle and things like that. But for
No,
the
what player
majority
doesn't though?
for the
Yeah.
majority of his career, he really hasn't been hurt. So yeah, why not Why not 6 years? Keep it going, man. I don't want to see any of them retire, to be honest, because I don't think we'll ever see players of Ronaldo and Messi's caliber. I hope I'm wrong, but I honestly don't see anybody.
Um, no, I mean and that's the thing. I don't see anybody replacing them anytime soon either, even though they're old as hell. So
All right, so let's shift gears here again and let's jump into the NFL. So the Eagles have the best record in the NFL. They are 6-1.
we did it.
What are your thoughts?
We did it. That's my thoughts. We did it, man. We had to come. We had to win. We suffered some losses, but we made it through. And again, we showed the Redskins that the last 5 games that they've been cheering, we beat you 5 times in a row. Yeah, and we beat you the last 10 times in a row before that. That's okay. It doesn't matter the fact that you beat us 5 times. It matters that you made something out of those wins. And that's definitely, do you recall any time that the Redskins have been 6-1? 6-1 any season. I'll let you think about that one. Trust me, don't hurt
No,
yourself.
I
It's gonna
can't.
take you a
I'm
long
not even
time
gonna
to get
try.
there.
I'm not even gonna try. Yeah.
So what does that mean? It means that the only team in our division that has gone 6-1 was the
Believe it's the Cowboys
last
year.
year.
Yeah.
Okay, Cowboys last year, and they were the shit. The Cowboys, all eyes were on the Cowboys last year, and then they disappointed in the playoffs.
Well, I don't think they disappointed in the playoffs. I think they just came up against a bad man in Aaron Rodgers.
Did Aaron Rodgers win the Super Bowl?
No.
So he wasn't the best out there.
Yeah, but remember, it's a team game. If we're gonna go,
Absolutely, but you're calling him a bad game. You're calling out one player. You didn't see he played against the Green Bay Packers. You said he played against the bad man Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
so is
but
he playing against
did you
just
see
him,
the throw?
or is it the whole
Because it
team?
was Aaron Rodgers that led the comeback in that final
Of
drive
course,
that got
okay.
the throw. So Aaron Rodgers won the Packers that
So
game.
who did the Packers lose to?
Oh, man, that's a great question. Who did the Packers lose to
Was
last?
it the Falcons?
I believe it was the Falcons. Yeah,
right?
No?
In the NFC, because when they
Well,
played
that's
against,
understandable if they did lose to the Falcons. I mean, Matt Ryan was having his MVP year. I mean,
Yeah.
he was on fire. Honestly, damn. I honestly don't remember. Whatever.
Here's where I'm going with this. I think we have a chance of going to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I think we have a chance. I see him up there. And look, I'll be honest with this one. We actually just had a couple players drop from our line.
Yeah.
Which are major.
Jordan Hicks is out for the year. He's
Peters,
a big loss at linebacker.
Yep.
Jason Peters as well. That's a huge
It's also
loss.
Big Country was also a good player on there, and I think we're gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna have to figure that out coming forward. But then again, I think other teams had suffered major losses. I mean, again, I'm gonna be honest with this one too. The Redskins, good God, what is happening? It's like every game 2 or 3 players just drop.
Yeah, I think that comes to the fitness coach, man, or the trainers.
But it's when there's a 300-pound guy dropping on your knee and you break that.
Well, yeah,
shit,
it's also bad luck too. It's bad luck too.
Yeah,
no, but if you do see a lot of the other injuries that are non-contact,
yeah,
I think that has something to do with the trainer because they've been dropping like flies.
I believe in beating the best of every team. And I think the Eagles have also been a little lucky in the teams they've been playing, and the players that other teams have lost has not made them be the best. Would I think it would have changed the results if Redskins had all of them, all their players? No, because we beat them with all their players at the beginning of the season, and the result didn't change. So I think going forward, we have a couple easy games. We're playing San Fran at home. Next game.
I think the most pivotal match that I want to see you guys is against the Seahawks. You guys play I believe you guys play the Seahawks. I want to see that one, and I also want to see how you guys do against the Cowboys.
Yeah, we'll see. Here's the thing: if we win the next two matches before a break, before a bye week, we'll be 8-1.
Yeah, and you're supposed to win those games.
Yeah, I think we're both at home.
Yeah,
I think they're winnable games. If we go 8-1 into our bye week, I think that's sensational. Not only will we still be on the top, I think we would have already clinched the division at that point. That's how confident I am. Because I don't see the Redskins are 3-3. Will they win every single game?
Yeah, they're all mediocre. I mean, yeah, and Dallas is going to lose.
And not only that, everybody has tough games. Everybody has to play the Chiefs. Everybody has to play the Seahawks. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has to play themselves in the division. And we're 3-0 in the division already. The only team we haven't had a chance to beat yet was the Cowboys, just because we play them later in the season. But don't count us out. I see the Eagles now in the Super Bowl. Now that Aaron Rodgers is gone, now that the Falcons are playing like trash, I see no, those were my two contenders on there. You know what? No, I'll be honest.
Well, I actually thought the Falcons were going to have a Super Bowl hangover. I thought they were overrated coming into the season, just because every team that usually loses the Super Bowl has that hangover season. Like I said, I want to see you guys against the Seahawks. And yeah, I mean, honestly, if Aaron Rodgers hadn't gone down, I'd still take the Packers. But you guys are up there, man. I have you guys in Seattle in the NFC. And don't sleep on St. Louis. The Rams. They've been performing really well.
4-2 or
no 5-2, and they're undefeated on the road. They're 3-0 on the road, which is huge.
Well, we're undefeated at home.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So, fair enough. And what do we play the Seahawks? That's another great question. I don't know if we.
It's later on in this season. I think it's after the bye week. Maybe a game or two after your guys' bye.
Is you wouldn't happen to know if that's a home or away game, right? Because that's a great question. I should know that information.
You should know that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know if I can tell you what the schedule is, but I certainly can tell you.
I think you guys are at home though.
We are away.
You're away. Okay. Fuck. Well, there you go. That's going to be a big test for you guys. That one's going to be a big test.
Yeah.
So that's the matchup I'm most excited to see when it comes
leg of
around.
The season is hard.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Yeah.
We play the Cowboys away. We play the Seahawks away. We play the Rams away. We play the Giants away. Then we get to play the Raiders at home. The Raiders don't have Carr, which is good for us. Will they have him?
No, they have him.
He's back?
Yeah, he's been back.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Carr's been
great.
back.
All right. Just making sure that. And then we'll finally get to play the Cowboys at home. So we'll end up with a couple home games. I think we can pick up 2 W's right there. Plus the 2 W's, we would be 10-1. We just have to figure it out.
I think you guys will finish 12-4.
That'll be amazing.
I think that's the record
from last year being, what were we? 5-11? No, 6-10. We were 6-10 last season.
What a turnaround.
So going to 12-4 with some great pickups, some new additions, a wonderful new quarterback that is already a little bit seasoned. He's getting the hang of it. A coach who has been getting this team together now for a couple of years. I think it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about the Dolphins now.
Okay. You don't have to sound so sad. There's been some great news. I mean, come on.
No, it's not that I'm sad. It's actually, I really should be happy. Jay Cutler's out now. Jay Cutler's out for 2 to 3 weeks, I believe. And I honestly think if Matt Moore is able to put in some good performances in the next couple of games, I don't think Jake and he kills it. I don't think Jay Cutler will. Hopefully, I think it'd be a stupid decision if you take out the hottest quarterback right now and you leave Jay Cutler in there. So I'm hoping Matt Moore picks it up. The Jets game, I honestly thought if Jay Cutler didn't get hurt, we would have lost because we were down. I believe it was 28-14 when Cutler went down with the rib injury. Mm-hmm. And then Matt Moore came in. He threw the interception, but after that interception, man, he was lights out. Kenny Stills made a phenomenal catch on the sidelines. I still don't know how he caught it. Jarvis Landry, another touchdown week in, week out. He's been scoring. I wish I saw a little bit more from our defense. I don't think giving up 28 points against the Jets is a good thing.
Yeah, but I mean, the Jets haven't been having bad games. Remember, they were at the
I
top of the
know, but
division.
everyone. The reason I bring that up is because everyone last week was raving up about our defense, like from everything I was seeing. Like,
Oh, as
oh,
if that was the only good thing you guys had.
yeah,
Yeah.
as in because the Falcons, our defense held it down, which credit they did, but we're not consistent. I still don't think we have a top defense in the NFL, especially our secondary, and the Jets exploited that once again. So I want to talk about the Ravens game that we played tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thursday night football. What a matchup! Two MVP candidates and Flacco and Matt Moore playing against each
Oh
other.
God.
So yeah, honestly, I'm kind of scared because we're gonna be on national television. I honestly, I mean the Ravens have looked so poor. Not only that, I think they're without Macklin, and I think they're gonna be without Mike Wallace. They're questionable. I'm sorry, they're questionable. So not sure if they are going to play. But if they don't, that's huge. I mean, that two top receivers are out. I would hope we would dominate on defense. And their running back, Terrence West, he's out.
Yeah, considering how
So
bad the Ravens have been
no, the
doing.
Ravens have been poor. So,
Oh
but
man.
here's the thing: Flacco. If you look at his games, he plays the best. Unfortunately, against Miami. For whatever reason, he likes to put on a show against the Dolphins. Now, that was in the past.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm actually picking the Dolphins to beat the Ravens. I know the Ravens play at home, but I think if they play without Macklin, they play without Mike Wallace. I think they're done. I honestly don't think they're going to get much done on offense. I mean, they've been really really poor offensively.
Let me ask you a couple questions. The last time the Dolphins started well in a season, they tanked. They stayed right there, went horrible seasons. The
However,
last
however, we didn't have Adam Gaze. I think Adam
That's fine.
Gaze is
Last
different.
season you guys started shaky. And how'd you guys finish? 10-6, going to the
10-6.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This season
Same thing.
you started shaky.
Of course.
Picked it up again, but
Yeah.
you picked it up earlier now.
Yeah, which
And you
is
have a
great.
couple of winnable
And
games
and we
coming up.
need to win this next match. We
Yeah.
need to be
Yeah,
5-2
yeah.
because if we don't win this match, I believe we play the Patriots next, and we all know. I'm sure as hell ain't picking the Dolphins
Yeah,
to
but
beat the
divisional
Patriots.
games are always,
Agreed. I
yeah.
know, and Tom Brady has his worst QBR ratings are against the Dolphins. In fairness, he hates playing Miami for whatever reason. We always put on a show.
I just think when you play somebody bad, you get confident, and I think that's what happens with him.
Well, and it's also a division game, so we know them really, really well. Although
Yeah.
they still, I
Yeah.
mean, they still own us. It is what it is. Until we beat the Patriots, I don't see anyone dethroning them from the division.
Yeah.
But like I said, tomorrow is a must-win game. We need to get to 5-2. We need to get to 5-2. I think it would be huge because I think to make it to the playoffs this year, you're gonna have to win 10 games in the AFC. If we're 5-2, that's 5 more games. I think we'll split one with the Bills, and then there's a couple of other games that I think we could potentially win as well.
All right. Now I wanted to ask you another question. Because I know your predictions for the Dolphins have changed on a weekly basis. Okay.
No, because I'm still like
No,
for the
no.
first
Wait,
time in my life,
Wait.
I'm actually not excited. Like it's
Okay.
weird.
Fair enough. I agree, but I'm talking about prediction wise. Let me tell you. Let me do a little recap because I've been keeping track. We went from 10-6, maybe 11-5. Best case. That was best case scenario.
Yeah.
To 9-7, but most likely 8-8. To after losing to the Jets, maybe 3 or 4-12, 3-13. To beating the Falcons, going okay, whatever. We'll go 6-10, 7-9. Now you guys are 4-2. So what is the
Where
prediction?
do I see?
What is the prediction this week?
I still think we're mediocre because we have a mediocre quarterback.
Okay, but what's the prediction now?
8-8, 9-7.
Okay,
8
so you
8,
go
9
back to
7.
8-8, 9-7.
8 9 and 7 is where I'm staying at.
So we went from 3-13 and 4-12 to now an even season.
Yeah, and I'm really, I think a big part of that. Well, first we haven't really played any tough teams, so we're gonna find out real soon, if we're for real or if this is just pretend.
Well, in all fairness, we are the only ones that don't consider the Falcons a true enemy. Or
No,
I'm
I
sorry, a true
don't. I
rival. That's
don't.
what that is
Exactly.
you. But if you look at all the
Well,
analysts,
they're wrong.
they consider.
They're wrong.
Okay,
They're wrong.
fair enough. But I'm just saying those are the same analysts that
No,
make
of
the other
course,
predictions
of
for the other
course.
same bigger
And
teams like
a
the
lot of the
Patriots,
times
like
they're wrong
yeah.
too. It's easy to pick the Patriots. I said this year that the Patriots were not going to be as good as people thought. People were talking about, oh, they're going to come with a vengeance. They could possibly go undefeated. No, they lost Edelman. That's a huge part of their offense.
I actually had a question about that. Who's back in first place in the division? I'll let you take a wild guess.
Yeah, it's New England. They're of course, but it's our division, dude. Come on,
I know.
come on.
I
They're
know.
gonna win the
But
division.
how do they start? They started in last place. They started like shit.
Of course, but look at the rest of the
But if
teams
they
in that
end
division.
up, that's fine. But if they start in last place and they're not going to be as good as anybody said they would, but then they end up being 14-2, just like last season when they thought.
What I mean about that
when Brady
is
was out,
the Patriots max what the games that they'll win this season. I don't see the Patriots winning more than 11.
last
games
season
this
they
year.
were 13-3.
They're not going 13-3 this year.
I say worst case scenario they go 12-4. That's my prediction.
They don't win more than 11 games this year.
I'll
No more
remember
than
this.
11.
Done.
Remember
No
it.
more than 11.
No more than
I
11
say
games.
they go
No.
12-4.
The Patriots are not the same.
I'm gonna say
team.
worst case scenario. They go 11-5, but I think
worst
12
case,
and 4
10
easy.
and 6. Best case, 11
No. They're still until
gonna
that
find out.
motherfucker gets out of that team. Trust
I know,
me.
I agree, but their defense has been so poor. Their defense is crap. If you look,
That's fine, but
the recent
this
years,
is the only team that doesn't need it. That's the problem.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you. So, do you think the Patriots will reach the Super Bowl?
Do I think I see them in a?
Do you even see that? I don't even see them.
Finals?
I don't even
Definitely.
see them in the championship game. Not at all.
Him.
No. If they come up against Pittsburgh, they're done. I would take Pittsburgh over the Patriots any day right now. I'm taking the Steelers.
I want to
over
see
the Patriots.
consistency from Pittsburgh.
But they just beat the Chiefs, who are on the top. Okay.
That's fine. They're not the only team that beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are now 5-2.
Yeah, they're 5-2.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
the
Steelers were.
yes,
I mean, you look at that offense that the Steelers have: Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown.
Yeah, no, Le'Veon Bell has been lighting it up.
And you're telling me that Patriots defense is going to be able to stop Le'Veon Bell? Hell no.
No, but do I think that the Steelers are going to be able to stop the Patriots? I don't think so either. I think
the Steelers defense could step up more than the Patriots defense. I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough. We'll come back to this one, see how it ends up. This is a good prediction on there, and it's for the top one, considering see if they're going to
for sure.
knocked off.
So give me your prediction for tomorrow. Who wins, Miami or Baltimore?
I would expect Miami to win.
Wow.
I would expect Miami to win. Yeah.
This is the one game I actually feel confident and watch them lose.
This is what happened.
This is a Dolphins thing to do. Every time I predict that the Dolphins are going to win, they lose. So we'll see.
Ravens are at home, right?
Yeah, Ravens are at home.
Yeah, you guys are here in Baltimore.
Yeah. So give me your top 5 teams right now in the NFL. Who do you have at number 1?
Easy. Next, besides the Birds, who are always flying high.
Yeah, I agree with you. Eagles are at number 1. Number 2 for me is Pittsburgh. They were my Super Bowl pick for the AFC, so I'm sticking with Pittsburgh.
Mine was the Patriots, so I'll stick with the Patriots. Yeah.
So that's where our disagreement goes.
Yeah.
Who's your third best team?
See, third I would still have Kansas City. Fourth I would put Pittsburgh.
See, at third I have Kansas City. Fourth I have New England, and for 5th place
I have the Rams.
It's between the Rams and the Seahawks. It's between the Rams and the Seahawks because I think ultimately it's going to come down to those two teams that went out that division, their respective division that they're both in.
And how do you think Minnesota's doing? Minnesota's also 5-2.
They are 5-2, and they have, in my opinion, one of the best defenses in the NFL. But
that's been helping out a lot.
Exactly. No, it's all defense. It's all defense because their quarterback's Casey Keenum. You're telling me Casey Keenum's going to have a late playoff push? No, absolutely not.
Here's the reason. Well, here's also the reason.
Could the Vikings win division? Yeah.
Let me give you the scores of the Vikings games. And this is an easy way to put it as to why their defense is top rated. The Ravens scored 16. They held the Packers off to 10, the Bears to 17, the Lions to 14 points. They lost that game, but all they could do all game was just 14
See,
points.
but that's the thing. They lost that game because their offense wasn't able to
No,
produce
exactly. That's what
because
I'm
of
saying. So
so it's
this
all
is
on
a
their
team that's
defense.
being
It's all on their
carried.
defense.
Yep, this is a
Absolutely.
team that's
Absolutely.
definitely being carried by their defense. And finally, the only team again was the Steelers. The Steelers was the only team that was able to score more than 20 points on the Vikings.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But no, number 5. I'll go with the Rams because I did pick them last week. I think Todd Gurley's a monster. Jared Goff is, as I've been saying, he's been doing a lot better than a lot of people expected him to be. I don't think he's been playing at the level of Carson Wentz, but you can, see a little flashes here and there of what he could potentially be. And
I actually had a really good question I wanted to ask you. If you had to put a starter on your team out of this list of 5 quarterbacks I'm going to give you.
So we're talking Miami. If I got a choice, if I got a chance to pick a quarterback for my Dolphins,
who you would think this week would do amazing. This week. Just this week.
Okay, so like fantasy?
You can say fantasy.
Okay, I'll go through okay.
All right. I'm going to give you a list of 5 quarterbacks. Now they're not top. So I'm going to make it a little challenging.
Okay.
First is Tyrod Taylor. Second is Simeon. Third is Moore. Fourth is McCown. And fifth is Jacoby Brissett. Sorry.
Yeah, so you can throw Brissett out. Who was the other? Who were the first 2 that you gave me?
McCown, you would also throw out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pick him.
Yeah,
throw McCown out. And
Tyrod Taylor, Simeon, and Moore.
It's between Simeon, throw him out. It's between Matt Moore.
What about Casey Keenum?
No, throw him out too.
Okay, Flacco?
No way, because their offense is depleted.
Okay.
No way.
Well, no, they have a bye. They don't count.
Honestly, I would pick Tyrod Taylor. I think that's your best bet because Buffalo have a good defense too, so he's going to be on the field. Buffalo gets a lot of 3 and outs. Or Matt Moore, just because of the fact that he is playing Baltimore, and they're depleted on offense. So I expect to see a lot of Matt Moore on the field. I expect the Ravens to go 3 and out a lot. So to me, it would be between Matt Moore and Tyrod Taylor, and I'll give the nod to Matt Moore.
Okay, because Tyrod Taylor plays against Oakland this week.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Smith put up great numbers, though. Yeah. Alex Smith put up great numbers against Oakland. So it's not like Oakland have, a scary defense in any way. But, I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. I'm just going to put Matt Moore for the reason that I explained.
Yeah, well, the reason is because I had Palmer. Palmer is out for the rest of the season. So let me go ahead and hit confirm on that trade. And, yeah, all right, we're good. Thanks for that.
Let's move on. Let's talk NBA.
Fair enough. Then let me give you a couple quick results of the games that
the Heat lost to the Spurs. Next.
No. It's not that easy. Okay. The Heat lost at home to the Spurs. Okay, now giving the Spurs a 4-0 lead, undefeated.
Yes, and guess who had him at number 2? This guy. That's great. Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. Manu Ginobili again had an amazing game coming off the bench. Okay, let me give you his box score.
Dude, the dude is more athletic at 40 than I am at 25. It's insane what
he
Ginobili
played 22
is able
minutes.
To do. Yeah,
scored 14 points, had 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Okay, and he was shooting 50%.
Yeah,
boss, 40 years old. Okay, and he was a third more scoring player in the team. Okay, behind Aldridge, who brought it today. I'm glad he's finally playing like he used to. And also Rudy Gay finally showing up. He also played only 26 minutes, but he scored 22 points. Also shot over 50%. So I'm glad about that game. I'm glad we're 4-0. The only thing that needs to happen now is just the Wizards needs to lose. They're playing the Lakers right now.
What's do you have the result?
32-29 Wizards are winning.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but it is early in the second. So we'll keep an eye on that. The Warriors are also currently playing the Raptors. It's the second quarter also there. 36-31 is the score on that one. The Rockets beat the 76ers 105-104. Very close game.
Yeah, Eric Gordon hit the game-winning shot. I believe it was a game-winning three-pointer.
Is that how that game
for the Rockets?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
He had a game-winning shot.
And also, the Thunder beat the Pacers. And let me tell you, Westbrook again had another triple-double. The man had 28 points, 10 rebounds, 16 assists. Okay, so no longer selfish. About everything that they kept on saying. The only reason he was putting up numbers was because he was selfish.
Yeah, nobody.
Of course. So yeah, who are you gonna? Exactly. So if you're the best shooter, who are you gonna give it to? Someone else, so they can miss it. I might as well miss it myself.
Yeah, you're gonna.
That's what I'm saying. So not only that, Carmelo Anthony, had 28 points. He had a great game. He had a double-double. Okay, so I want to kind of I'll give him tone to this one. I know I've been very critical.
You've been very.
I've been very critical of him, but I hope that he can show me that he's relevant. And the only reason he's been ruining his life for years on the Knicks,
he took the money. He took the money. He shouldn't have re-signed with the Knicks.
So he decided to give up rings for money.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that tells you how much he loves the game. Then. Okay.
Well, I thought maybe he thought New York was kind of bring in players, bring in something.
How many years?
But it's the Knicks.
Years.
Like you should know James Dolan running that team. It's garbage and it's an embarrassment. Although they do have Porzingis now, I think that was the best thing that could have happened to the Knicks because Porzingis is a beast. He's a beast in the making. Now I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the top 3 teams in the East as of right now.
Okay.
Okay. So we have number 1 as of right now are the Wizards. Okay. They have Milwaukee, and then we have Milwaukee at second and Orlando at third. So out of those 3, who do you think will stay up there? Not in the top 3. In the top 3. Not number 1, but in the top 3 in the East. Out of those 3 teams, who do you think has the best shot at remaining up there?
Remaining in the top 3?
Top 3. Not number 1, but out of those top 3 teams, who do you think stays there as the season progresses?
Washington. Third place. Top 3 in the East, baby. That's what they are. They're top 3 in the East.
Let me give you, I think it's going to be Milwaukee. I think I've underestimated Milwaukee, and the reason for that is the Greek freak. Giannis, I can't say his last name, so I'm not even going to try it. So it's the Greek freak.
Yeah.
This kid is averaging over 30 points a game. He can guard any position on the court. I think he could be a front runner for MVP, to be honest with you. As of right now, I mean, out of these 3 games that I've seen, the dude is insane.
I was going to try to give it a shot at his last name.
Please.
So it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo.
The Greek freak.
Yeah.
I just call him the Greek freak. He's from Greece.
Wow.
But yeah, I think Milwaukee, I didn't give them enough credit. Because of that, man, I think he's going to step up. I think he's going to be. I think once LeBron's done, I think this guy's going to be the next superstar in the league. He just doesn't get talked about as much because he's in Milwaukee.
What happened to the Cavs? They lost to the Brooklyn Nets. Remember them? They're still a team, right?
Yeah, I mean LeBron doesn't care about the regular season, though.
No,
we know this. We know this because even in Miami, we didn't get first place. We just cared about getting to the playoffs. And remember, it's still the beginning of the season, so they're still trying to. I mean, they have a lot of new pieces, and Derrick Rose has been hurt. Okay, so and Isaiah Thomas, so they're without 2 point guards right now. LeBron had to play point guard. I think they'll get back on track, man. It's like I said, it's still early in the season. Cleveland's going to be a top 2 team in the East.
I also wanted to talk about J.R. Smith a little bit. Because they keep on saying, oh, Wade is going to take a bench because J.R. Smith's going to start playing. Okay, let me give you a few numbers for J.R. Smith for this game against the Nets. Did he have a bad game? Anybody can have a bad game. No one's denying that. Everybody has a few, not only one, but a few bad games throughout the season.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's 82 games. That's
J.R. Smith made one shot in half an hour of play. He was 1 for 9 from field goal, and he was 0 for 5 for 3-pointers.
How do Wade do? How is Wade? Because that's been like an ongoing thing. Should
What
Wade come off the bench? JR start?
he no, he didn't play. He had
Oh,
he was injured. He had
oh.
a knee, something with his knee. Let's see.
Well, there you
It's
go.
on
That
here.
answers my question.
A knee contusion. That's what.
Yeah.
He didn't play.
It's always his knees.
But J.R. Smith is depressing.
I don't think he's depressing. He's just one of those guys. When he's on, he's on. When he's cold, he's cold. There's no in between.
No, but that's the thing. If they're saying that they're going to sit down Wade because he's old, because he has no knees, and
But
you're
he
the
doesn't.
replacement,
He
you're the
doesn't.
best. No, I'm not
No,
questioning that.
JR wasn't the replacement though, because he was starting. What upset
no,
JR
no.
Smith was when Wade came, because he was like, "Damn it,
Yes.
now I'm gonna have to get moved
Yes.
to the bench." He didn't like
Yes.
that idea.
I completely agree.
And-
But is this fair enough for why people keep saying you move to the bench? Because when they actually give you the throne, all you do is shoot 1 for 9.
Here's the thing, though. I actually think Wade is better for Cleveland coming off the bench, leading the second unit. Because
I think so too, but I don't think J.R. Smith's the solution.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like J.R. Smith is like a superstar by any means. You know what I'm saying? He's a good
but
player.
that's what they're claiming him to be
but-
as. He's going to be the starter. He is
He
the
can shoot
starter.
lights out from 3-point range.
If you're the
sometimes.
starter for the team that makes the finals every year, I think a little more is expected of you.
Yeah, but he's delivered in the playoffs. He's delivered. I mean, it's just one game. It's just one game.
I'm going to keep numbers, and every week I'm going to follow up, see if
That's
it's
fine.
2 games, see if after 10 games you're going to tell me it's just a regular season. After we get
It
to
is.
the finals and they get eliminated again, well, you can't blame it all on LeBron. It's all
No,
LeBron.
I don't think J.R.
So I'm gonna
Smith
keep
is a
updated
bad
on this
player
one
at all. I
because
think he's a good
I actually
player.
don't like him. I think J.R. Smith has been brought to that team by LeBron. He expected something else out of the man. He completely sucked, just like Della Vadova when he wanted to play.
Della Dova was trash. I think J.R. Smith is a good quality player. He's a good quality shooting guard in today's league.
I want to see it. I want to see him. I want to see
Fair
him
enough.
pull up those numbers. But because right now they're 3-2, they don't care about. I know they don't care about the regular season. But I definitely think it's your time to shine, where you prove to everybody who are going to be the teams that are in contention of the finals. Because if you play like this in the regular season, they're going to end up losing in the finals to the Warriors. If you actually show that you're a team that's going 70 and 12 at the end of the season, it shows that, oh, wait, they might, make them step back a little bit, make the Warriors think, oh, wait, they actually did change a few things. They have some backups now. Wade is coming off of the bench.
No.
J.R. Smith's putting up numbers. LeBron is killing it as always. See what I'm saying? I think it's more of perception. Because if the Warriors are going to go again playing against this weak-ass team who they know they don't even care about games and they put games off and they sit off.
Well, you're giving crap to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are 3-2, but Golden State's 2-2 right now. I mean, granted, they'll win, but they'll both be 3-2. So it's not like they started the regular season, guns blazing.
Who are the
like
champions?
we all expected. Of course, no,
Okay.
for sure. But I'm just saying.
Who's won the last 2 titles?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me ask another question. Who do you see winning this year?
Cleveland. I told you
You
this.
see Cleveland?
I said Cleveland if
Okay.
and only if Isaiah Thomas could come back 100% from
So
his
we're
injury.
relying on Isaiah Thomas.
Of course, Isaiah Thomas, because
Okay.
without Isaiah,
Fair
there's
enough.
no
Fair enough.
way in
Fair
hell they'll get swept without Isaiah. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Even with Wade and Rose, Isaiah Thomas is an essential part.
So they're
to
not
Cleveland.
all you don't think Rose and J.R. Smith and
No,
Wade.
These are
and
role
LeBron.
players. These are role players. Okay, everyone has role players on their team. You don't know. It's not always superstars. You know what I mean? The superstars need their role players as well.
They're not superstars, but if you're in the finals, you're a superstar.
I don't think you're a superstar. No, getting to the finals does not make you a superstar at all whatsoever. You're telling me Michael Beasley of the Miami Heat was a superstar because he made it? No, it's
He
just role
happened to be
players.
there.
It's role players.
He
It's
got
role players.
carried along. That's all it was. But do I think the players who are starters, who are there playing 35, 36 minutes a game, every single game,
But they're
that's
not
not
stars.
a role player.
They're not stars.
But that's what they're there to be.
So
That's what
what's your
be.
definition of a star? Because my definition of a star is LeBron James, Steph Curry.
Oh, no. A star is not just the best in the world. I don't think there's only 2 stars in the NBA. No. The star is full.
There's
It's
multiple
star-studded.
stars, but I don't think
In the NBA, I see. Here's my definition of a star. I think Aldridge is a star. I think Kawhi is a star. I think Rudy Gay is a star.
I don't think Rudy Gay is a star. I think he's a role player.
I think in
good
the
role player. He's
I
like
think
in the in between,
I
especially
think in the
this year at
Spurs,
San Antonio.
he's there to be a star. It will go to I think every team has at least 2 or 3 stars for the most part. There's exceptions,
for
but
sure,
the
but
stars, not just random players, stars. Do you think Wade is a star?
not anymore.
I think he still is.
Not anymore. I think Wade. It's so tough for me because I love Dwayne Wade, but I don't think he's a star.
Is Carmelo still a star?
Yeah, for sure. He's still putting up 28 a game like tonight.
Okay. Fair enough.
I still think Carmelo's a star. I feel like
that's what I'm waiting
okay,
for
I'll
him
leave
to
it at
prove it
this.
to me.
Dwayne Wade's a star that is slowly falling.
Oh,
he's a star
that's a
that
great
is
metaphor.
slowly falling, okay?
Yeah, he's a falling star.
He's a falling star, which is very unfortunate, and it's because of the knee injuries that he's had. I mean, he's had the knee injuries since his college career at Marquette.
So what stars do you think there are in Cleveland?
LeBron James, I think Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Love. I don't think Kevin Love gets enough credit. Those are their big three. Those are the big three guys to me that stand out as stars on that Cleveland roster. Those would be the three. I don't think Derrick Rose is a star. He used to be a star until the injuries. Now I think Derrick Rose is a good role player coming off the bench. But don't tell me Derrick Rose is a star.
I thought he's a star. I thought Derrick Rose before he came. I think the only reason he came to Cleveland is because he was a star.
He was not a star. He was a star in Chicago when he won MVP.
Yeah.
But then he tore his knee. What was it? 3 times. It's hard. It's very unfortunate.
What about Kyle Korver?
No, God, no.
Okay, he carried the team today.
That's fine. It's the regular season. In the playoffs, you're telling me Kyle Korver was terrible last year in the playoffs.
Where did what's his name? Oh man, I'm gonna not Kevin Durant. Plays for the Thunder.
Which one? Steven Adams?
Westbrook.
Oh, Westbrook.
Where did he kill it last season? Was it in the playoffs?
Yeah, he did good in the playoffs too.
No, he got eliminated. No
but
one
he
cares.
still did good
no
in
one
the
cares.
playoffs.
Out.
You're telling me Kyle Korver is the reason that Cleveland...
No,
Get the hell.
no,
Kyle
that's
Korver
not what
is
I'm
not
saying.
a star.
Because you keep on minimizing the fact that it's the regular season.
It's not.
It doesn't
he's not
matter.
a star.
That's where you get the teams who are gonna make it. That's where you get the teams. If I keep on saying every time there's something good in the regular season, it's just because it's a regular season. By the end of the season, they're all just regular season games. What the hell are we watching it? Turn off the TV. What does it matter? If it's just a regular season.
Because it's Cleveland. We expect Cleveland to get into the playoffs, so who gives a shit about the regular season?
Yourself, because then the
so
time
what? They've been to the finals the last 7 years in a row.
You're a goddamn star. The reason they're not in the finals every year is not just LeBron, because he needs players around him to make it there, or else he loses. The only time
you're telling me he makes the playoffs because of Kyle Korver?
No,
Kyle Korver.
Forget about Kyle Korver. Forget about him. No, you keep on saying everything. Oh, J.R. Smith, it's just a regular season. Kyle Korver,
it's a role player. These are role players.
Kevin Love, it's just a regular season. It doesn't matter.
Kevin Love is a star. He's important.
J.R. Smith was supposed to be next to him. He was supposed to be next to him. These were his boys.
But he's not a star.
Okay, because he sucked. He picked the wrong guy. What are you going to do about it?
I don't think he sucks. He's just a role player.
No. I think LeBron picked the wrong guy. Okay, the season that the 3 years ago when Cleveland won, okay, when Cleveland won 3 years ago, he had all his stars on the field. Correct? All of them were there. Kyrie were there. Love was actually was Love injured? No, he was there. He was there too.
Yeah.
Everybody was there. Every other season when he did not have anyone else but him, he lost. So he needs another star. Why? Because Kyrie was a star. Because Love was a star. Of course
Kyrie was a star.
If he has no other star, he's not going to win the finals. So
that goes to every player. That goes for every player. You're telling me if Steph Curry didn't have Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So what are the other stars that are going to make it? If you're going to tell me that we're just going to wait on Isaiah Thomas to see if he does everything, we're going to wait on Love, see if he magically this season he decides to show up, and we're just going to minimize the whole regular season to see if anybody else in that team can make it, they're done. How can you expect them to win when all you're telling me is they have one star on the team?
I told you they had 3 stars. LeBron, Isaiah, and Kevin Love.
Isaiah's not playing right now. You're hoping that he comes back from an injury better than he was before.
He's going to come back.
I think Isaiah Thomas is going to have some time. He's going to need
Look,
some time
like
to
I said,
come
if
back.
Isaiah doesn't come back healthy, they're screwed because it's only 2 stars going up against an all-star team in Golden State.
That's the problem.
It's that
You need
simple.
someone else.
You
need someone else.
You're not going to get it with those 2. Hell, honestly, they should bring in a 4th star somehow, some way, if they can find a way to trade for another star caliber player.
They're the team that brought the most stars to the team.
These are their
Isaiah,
names.
star.
Their names. Isaiah
Thomas,
not a star.
star.
Not
Okay.
a star.
Was he at one point
He's
a star?
just a big name. He's just a
fair
big
enough.
name.
They brought
big names.
They're the
They
team
brought
that
a
brought
bunch
the
of
big,
names.
Yes, they
I
brought a
completely
bunch
agree
of
with you.
names.
They brought a bunch of
They
names.
they brought a bunch of names on top of the names they already had, who were trash, who were just made names by LeBron. And now they're bringing actual names to the team to see if it changes.
Like I said, if Isaiah comes back 100%, I'm taking Cleveland over the Golden State Warriors. I'll leave it at that. So,
I guess he's gonna have to carry the team then.
he's not going to carry the team. It's going to be LeBron.
He's gonna have to carry the team.
Please. Anywho, let's move on. Let's get some fan questions that we have here. All right. So, because we're on the topic of the Cleveland Cavaliers, we actually have a question.
Let's see.
From my friend Danny, and Danny asked, "I'll give this to you.
All right.
When healthy, who deserves to start at shooting guard for Cleveland, Wade or J.R. Smith?"
Well, Danny. If you would have seen today's game, you would have thought that Wade with a knee contusion would have played better, because all you do is you just post them on a little side real quick. Just don't make him move. Just chuck him the ball and have him throw from the side. Just little jump balls. Because if the man's gonna make one shot a game when he's playing half the game himself, it's one game.
It's a bad game.
Yes. Okay. Well, the question is he supposed to start?
Okay, I'll leave it at this. When they're healthy, Dwayne Wade.
Well, what are we talking about? Are we talking about when they're injured, or are we talking about when they're healthy?
When healthy.
Okay.
When healthy. Of
There
course.
we go.
Yeah,
That's
Dwayne
my
Wade.
point. That's the point I'm making. He had one bad game. Does it change that when healthy you would start Wade over J.R. Smith? No, it doesn't. When he's injured, I would still start him. It's as simple. It's a simple answer.
It is, but I think for the benefit of the team, it's better if Wade comes off the bench to lead that second unit, because it gives them another scoring option while LeBron and Love are on the bench, getting rest, and Dwayne Wade's coming off the bench. I think it's huge for them. I honestly think the way it's set up now, it'll pay off in the long run, because Wade, once they start going to their bench, Wade's going to be a solid scoring option coming off of it. That's just my opinion. We'll see as the season progresses and what happens down the line.
I put Wade on there.
Fair enough. All right. Next question comes from our guest, Steve, that was on the show with us last week.
Yeah.
And this one's also, I feel like it's directed toward you. Do you believe the Eagles are the real deal this season?
I guess the way to answer that question is, it's a self-explanatory answer.
I think they're the real deal. You're 6-1.
Last season, okay, and here's how you know, Stevie. Here's how you know. Last season, the Eagles were 6-10. Horrible season. It was the year to build up the team, and we had 1 year to do it after what's his name? The coach that left, Chip Kelly. After he left and completely destroyed in a matter of 3 years the entire team. Even though he did take us to a playoffs, and we had 2 winning seasons.
Yeah, but you got rid of McCoy.
No. I know. I'm not excusing it. It's inexcusable. I understand. We had 1 year to make this team, and we've already got a 6-1 team. Are they the real deal? Absolutely.
You know what plays a big part into you guys kind of getting it all together in one offseason? It's the quarterback position. That's why I think when you find yourself a franchise quarterback, because I think Carson Wentz, like I said, when you guys first drafted him, I said, this is the guy that's going to win the first Super Bowl for the Eagles. I think the kid's big time. Big time.
Absolutely. So to answer that question, yes, I think this year
agree.
they're a real deal.
Completely
they're going to end up in first place in their division. I might see them in first place.
I think we'll see them in the NFC Championship game.
I think they're going to end up in first place in the NFC. They're going to go directly. They don't even have to hit the wild card this year. We're good. I think we're solid.
You guys will get that bye week.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
definitely think
Yeah,
so.
and that's going to help us.
And our next question also comes from Stevie, and he says, "Who do you see winning this weekend, Manchester United or Tottenham?" I'll start with this one.
Start off with this one.
I'm gonna go with Manchester United.
Who's playing at home?
I don't think it matters. I still away or home, Man U gets the result.
Okay.
I think Mourinho's gonna do his great tactic of playing counterattack. Like I said, I don't think Tottenham are consistent. They played a great game against Real Madrid, and they were up 2-0 against West Ham, and they managed to lose 3-2 at home. Okay. And I think Man U coming off of a bad loss, I think they're gonna be highly motivated. Knowing Mourinho, he usually doesn't lose back to backs. Maybe they'll get a draw, but I definitely anticipate Manchester United to get the W over Tottenham.
I'll go with a draw, or I'll go with Man U barely winning, like a 1-0 type of thing. I don't
It's
think
gonna
it's
be
going to
like
be a
one of the
blowout. It's going to be a super close game. We know how Mourinho games. He doesn't play to play nice. He plays to get the W.
the result. Yeah, exactly.
Um, in all fairness, I would love to see Tottenham win. I want him to be on top of Man U. That is my prediction. But in reality, I think Man U is playing at home. They just might take it.
Fair enough. Our next question comes from Andres, and he asks, "When will the Lakers be taken seriously?" And then he goes 2 to 7 years. So how long do you think it'll take for the Lakers to be taken seriously?
When is LeBron's contract up?
That's exactly what I was just about to say. If
Okay,
LeBron
there.
goes to
That's
LA
it.
next season,
That's it.
then they'll be taken serious.
And you know
If
why?
he doesn't,
And you know why?
just stop. If he doesn't, then I'm gonna say I'll give them like a 3-year plan, especially because Magic Johnson's there now leading the helm, and he obviously Magic
Has not.
Johnson knows
Yeah.
basketball, so
He
he's
brought
it's
the
gonna be
talent
easier to
necessary.
bring in
Yeah.
players. Like they're gonna want to play under
Yeah,
Magic
under-
Johnson.
yep.
Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
great. So I
So
give them 3 years. But if LeBron makes that jump, then next year right away.
yeah, my prediction is next year, because LeBron is a star whore, and he's going to look with the team with the most stars because he cannot pick talent. The man cannot, to save his life, pick a good player to be next to him. He's trying to be a coach. He's not good at it, or at least he has not been. Stick to playing. You've been doing great. No one's questioning that. But yeah, next season. Actually, great question. Now that I'm answering that, I'm actually looking at the results of the Wizards Lakers game. It's at halftime. It's 49-45. Lakers are losing.
Oh, 4-point game.
And yeah, Lakers are at home, but it's a close game. When they'll be started taking seriously, as soon as they start winning games.
Well, I think
and when
Lonzo
LeBron
Ball
gets
is
there
going to
next
be
year.
big time too. I think Lonzo Ball is going to ball. I feel like this year is going to be tough on him because every NBA player is coming after him after his dad has made his comments saying his son's the best and this and that. So I think there'll be some growing pains, but I think once towards the end of this season, we're going to see Lonzo Ball playing very, very well.
Yeah, this season he just hasn't been dealing well with the pressure. I mean, he's still
Well, it's not the
scoreless tonight
pressure.
too,
Is
man.
he's just getting it's gonna take him. I think Max Kellerman said it best on First Take.
Yeah.
And what he was saying is he still needs to get adjusted to the game speed. He's still this is the NBA. The summer, like when he played in the summer league and he did well, you're still playing against guys that you played against in college. You know what I mean?
Those are the tryout teams.
Exactly. It's like it's preseason. Who cares? So I feel like once he gets once he starts playing more and more and more as the season towards the end of the season, I think Lonzo Ball will definitely turn things around. Like I said, I think the guy's going to be big time. Magic Johnson drafted him for a reason. So yeah, that's my take on that.
Yeah, I think when LeBron gets there, that's when they'll start to be taken seriously.
Yeah, and our next question comes from Steph, and he asked, "Does Spartan still have a shot at making it past the Champions League group stage?" I'll start with that one.
Okay, realistically, please.
I think no. To give you the quick answer, no. I think the last match against Juve was the most important match I saw because it was away. I felt like we could have maybe gotten a result at home, but because we got that away loss, I honestly, it's just going to make it tougher. I don't see us going into Barcelona and stealing points. We'll beat Olympiacos, but I, I honestly don't. I would love to knock Juve out, but I honestly don't see us knocking them out. No.
Um, I think it's just impossible for you guys right now. The only way you guys would have to do it is having Juve. I mean, Juve's going to lose against the Barcelona.
I would hope so.
Yeah. You would have to hope they lose technically every single game. They have to lose against Barcelona. Then they have to
we
lose
have
against.
to beat them, and then it's goal
That's
differential.
what I'm saying. So they have to lose against Barcelona. Then you guys have to beat them, and then you guys have to lose that they don't beat Olympiacos by a bigger difference. You see what I'm saying? And you guys are going to lose to Barcelona, which still leaves you at 3 points. You're going to beat them, and you guys have to beat them by a difference of most likely it's going to be 2 or 3 goals. And then again, you have to beat Olympiacos just like before.
Yeah, for sure. So I think it's like it sucks because I would love to see us progress in the Champions League. But honestly, I think in the Europa League, I think we can definitely make a deep run with the roster that we have. And I believe there was another question that Steph had sent us. I'm trying to find it here. I remember what it was. It was who would you bring in and basically in the January transfer market for Sporting? I think to answer that question, I definitely think we need a left back because I think when Cointron comes off and Jonathan Silva goes in, as we've seen game in, game out, it's a liability. So definitely a new left back. And I think we need a new winger because I don't, and Steph touched on this too on his podcast, Yuri Medeiros, I'm not sold on him. And he was saying how, sometimes there are players that perform well in the league, but when they get to the big teams, the Sporting, the Benfica, the Porto, they don't. They're just not built for those teams. And I think he's one of those guys, unfortunately. I think he's better off at a Braga, a Boavista, teams like that. Because I'm not sold on him. He hasn't convinced me at all whatsoever. So I think we need another winger. And I believe that is all for the questions. Let me see here. Yeah, those are all the questions. So that pretty much wraps it up for today's show, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys again for tuning in. We'll go into a little bit more detail next podcast as far as the Super Bowl predictions and the type of prize we're thinking about doing with you guys. I'm still waiting for predictions too. No one's hit me up with predictions yet, unfortunately. So hopefully we can get that rolling so we can talk about it more on the next podcast.
Yeah.
That's all I have for you guys. Dar, I don't know if you have any last words.
No, I'm excited for all the seasons rolling. I'm excited to see the NFL, how it's gonna end up after this week. I'm excited to see the NBA, see who stays undefeated. I actually got a couple bets going with a few friends from work about who's gonna lose their undefeated first, either the Wizards or
it's
the Spurs.
Wizards. It's the Wizards.
And the only reason I took that bet is
because
they play Golden State.
What's crazy is the Spurs have been playing without Kawhi.
Yeah, I know,
and
without Parker either.
It's insane.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping we'll be doing this well. I'm not sure. I need to check when Kawhi's going to come back. But we'll figure that one out later.
Pop feels like it.
Yeah, whenever. Yeah, no. And I like the fact that he takes care of him, though. No, I like the fact that he's going to sit him out as long as he has to.
There's no need to. And you guys are 4-0. It's not like you guys are like, uh-oh.
No, 0-4. Yeah, started really bad. No. We're doing decent without him.
Yep.
Not that we don't need him. I'm just
Of course.
But no, I think that's about it. I think that's all we have for today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, everybody who's listening, everybody who's sharing it. Please hit us up with any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything you guys want to know. We're on we're not on Facebook yet.
We're on Twitter right now.
We'll be on soon on Facebook, but we're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. And if you know us personally, please don't hesitate on sending us any questions. And we'll see you guys next week.
Take care, everyone.